Hi, this is JoAnna Brandi, and welcome to Living on the Growing Edge. It's a crazy, changing, evolving, and expanding world. So staying ahead today means more than just keeping up. It means exploring the frontiers of thought, innovation, ideation. In this long-form video series, I bring you face-to-face with visionaries, disruptors, thinkers who are shaping tomorrow's workplaces and worlds by living out on the growing edge. They're reframing, reimagining, and re-envisioning. And as I learned from my first guest, reinventing. So I'm happy you're here. Enjoy the series. You can always leave comments below and be sure to subscribe while you're here. Hi, this is JoAnna Brandi, and I'm here on the Growing Edge today with Helene Abrams and David Giller. Our guests today are an inspiring duo. They're behind Think Positive World, a global movement helping people and communities shift their mindset, uplift their well-being, and spark real lasting change. And one of the things I love about this duo is that they were doing this long before the science of happiness even existed. So it was in their hearts from the very beginning. They're visionaries, leading Think Positive America, a growing national campaign filled with practical tools and daily strategies to help all of us feel better, think better, and come together to create a more positive world. Your timing is great. Helene and David are authors, changemakers, and passionate believers in the power of community, mindset, and action. And we are excited to dive into their story today. And I'm just so excited to do this because usually when they come to Florida, I get to visit with them. And this year I got sick and couldn't visit with them. So you'll excuse us if this starts to sound a little bit like a visit, because I love it. So I really need to know something. And I don't ever remember asking you this. How did you get started in all of this?
Well, I think I'll have to answer that. So back in 19...
Oh, that year. That was a good year.
What year was that, honey?
No, it was 1977. It was August 16th, 1977. The day Elvis Presley passed away. That was the day that I had a vision for this project. It's 48 years since this vision.
On the beach?
On the beach in Malibu, I had this vision. And I didn't know, I wasn't sure 100% what it meant, but it was accelerate positive change in cities and communities around the world. And this is in 77. So, I mean, I was on a personal, on a mission for personal well-being and
yeah,
raising my consciousness. And I was into meditation and I helped a lot of people in different ways and all of that. So I even had done a program for developing meatless food. And we're talking about before
1977. You were doing meatless food, huh?
Yeah, before anything.
Exactly. So then I developed had a problem with my back, my sciatica, and I didn't want to take medication, so I did a natural healing thing, and it took me maybe 6 weeks, 8 weeks to really get back to myself. But that helped me a lot in my thinking, and I had developed what we now call, which is really the core of what we're doing, the 10 daily fundamentals to greater well-being.
That's right.
And then I had the vision, and then I moved from California, LA, down to South Florida to work on the vision.
I'm always curious when people say they have a vision. Some people hear it, some people see it, some people just feel it or they start writing it. How did the vision show up in your life?
Audibly, through audio. It just came to me. It's really like and ever since then it's been the same thing. It's like a download. It's like if you're in the right frequency frame of mind, then you can be operating from your higher self, and that's what I was doing when I was on the beach and I got the vision, and it was very clear to me, and again I just kept rolling with it. And when I got to Florida, I wrote a book.
What was that book?
Well, I had different titles for it. I called it The Answer, It's Automatic and Why. I called it
Wow.
The Scheme of It All. I called it, all kinds of things. So, and now the book that Helene and I, we revised it because that was written in finished in 1978. So our book now, actually just finished our book. So,
well, you and I take about the same amount of time to write a book, so I understand that completely.
we actually have been working on the
It's been done for a long time.
On the last chapter for
Yeah,
no, probably 11 years. But
wow.
that's because what we're doing is so, it's like it's such a big vision, and just backing up a little bit. So I was working on this for 25 years, and then Helene and I got together, and she started working on it with me. So she's working on it for 23 years. So
Wow.
together we've got like 71 years full time into this whole thing. But you'll see when we talk a little further, well, you really know a lot about what we're doing. You've seen PowerPoint, all this other kind of stuff. So you have a real good sense. But as this is, it's always evolving. It's always keeping up with changes that are being made in our society. Like when I first started, this yoga wasn't even practiced.
Right. Yeah.
Now, and technology, forget it, off the charts. So things are at a whole different place. And the big thing is that the world is so ready for it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the world is so, I mean, this is your time. This is
Right.
really your time. So I know that you are doing right now, I know you do Think Positive New York and Think Positive Bronx and Think Positive, and you do extensive work in the schools.
Yes.
So can you tell us a little bit about that? I mean, you have posters, you have songs. I mean, I've never seen a more brilliant duo in my life. They were singing to me last week. They called up to sing to me last week. So, it's so much fun because I'm a creator and they're like creators on steroids. Because, maybe because there's two of them. But to go into a little bit more detail on the actual projects that you're working on, where you're changing communities.
Okay, do you want to start by just talking a little bit about what we did? Okay, let's talk about for a minute. I had written a song. I've written a few songs.
Oh, the song, yes. Not the song you said the other day, but the song. The song.
A long time ago. So as I was in Florida and started working on different things, I was working with schools, organizations, community type environments.
Mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, in 1987 or 86, these songs started coming through me. I had written some poetry, and then I all of a sudden started changing it to music, lyrics, and then the next thing, humming melodies in the shower, all of it. And there was one song. They're all great, and they're all part of our programs, medley songs we have now. But one song in particular was called "I'm a Person."
I remember that.
"I'm a Person" was recorded the next year with 17 elementary school children from Ives Dairy Elementary. Isn't that Ives Dairy? Yeah. So this was very, very powerful. What happened because
wow.
the music teacher had his own band, and he was a very hip guy. He taught all these kids harmony for this song. And that's why when you listen to it, it's really so sweet. And we've used the original version of that song all the years. So because of how sweet it is, and people just love it. So, and 3 years later, 1990, I get a letter. I received the most powerful letter I could ever receive at that
Really?
time from Sharon Pritchard, who was a school teacher in the South Bronx. He sent me a letter, dear Mr. Giller, our Sunday school class. Oh, someone gave me a cassette tape at a Riverside church. At Riverside Church, where
I still have. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
And I played it for my children, and they loved it. And I thought, wow, wouldn't this be great to bring this back to my kids at an elementary school in the South Bronx? And then she starts talking about the neighborhood, because at that time the Bronx was like
Oh my gosh.
it was like a bombed out area. She said grandparents are taking their kids to school, and there's all kinds of like paraphernalia.
Parents are in jail.
Needles, and the parents are either dead from AIDS or incarcerated.
Yeah, there was a tough time in the Bronx.
Can you imagine? I'm getting this letter, right? Never met this woman before, and I received this letter. And then she says about how the kids just resonate with that song. They put their words up outside the classroom, and even the rough ones. These are 5-year-olds that come into the school with a knife to protect themselves. Even they love the song. So this is the letter I'm reading. So anyway, that was the beginning. And she said that in that letter that they were going to use or consider at that time using the song as their school song.
Oh, so wow!
This school, it's still here today, is in an area in the Bronx that is totally surrounded by projects, high-story projects, gang infested. To this day, it's infested with gangs.
And they would always have to stop the fire drills because of the gunshots that they.
Oh my gosh!
Cancel fire drills because of gunshots in the area. Yeah. So this is what we were working with. So we go to. So we wound up moving from Florida up to New York, and we go over and we see Sharon and her classroom there, because at that time she was teaching like 35 years. And we spent some time with her kids, and then she's telling us stories about all these little kids.
And also about the principal. And
yeah, well, that comes up. I just want to say one thing about the kids that had learned. She was telling us about the kids that had learned the song and that were very rough kids and all that. And now this one's a counselor, and this one wants to be a school teacher, just like our principal. She wants to be a principal. So that's what she was telling us. So a little fast forward a little bit, she is telling us about her principal, a new principal at her school. She says he's so dynamic. He really loves, the kids, and he's always bringing in resources from. And the next thing you know, and she said he brings in the players from the New York Yankees to talk to the kids, and he's like so
wonderful.
Connected. Yeah. And we said, wow, we really love to meet him. He says, oh, well, I don't know, he's so busy. And Sharon's the sweetest, kindest person you'd ever meet. Sharon.
I'm not sure if he'll spend much time with you.
Yeah, he may not spend much time with you. So here's the scenario. So I'm from the Bronx, and so we set up a meeting with Mr. Torres, this principal, and we didn't have a car at that time. We do now. We didn't have a car, and so we took a cab from Manhattan to the Bronx. And on the way over there, this is like a scene of a movie, and it is actually a scene where we're passing by Yankee Stadium on the right, and then I'm going to Helene. See up there, there's where I used to live in Highbridge, overlooking Yankee Stadium. And so this whole Bronx thing, right? Then we go to meet Mr. Torres, and not only did he give us more than just a few minutes, we were with him for like at least 2.5 hours, walking around the school, and he says,
showing us everything.
He says, that song is their lifeline.
Oh my gosh.
He said they walk around with the lyrics, and if they're having a problem or they can't, things are not going their way, they take out the lyrics and they sing the song. At that time there were no cell phones or anything. They just took out
Right,
the sang the song. Well, anyway, fast forward to 2012, we decided that we're going to do a program at his school called I'm a Person Week. And this was the most powerful thing we had anybody could ever hope to do. And the results were like off the charts. Everybody in the school wore these little stickers that said, I'm a person handled with care. And all the teachers had these manuals for each day of the week of I'm a Person Week of activities that they could do with their kids. I'd say about every morning.
And every morning, the principal would he would play the song.
Play the song with the morning announcements, right? And also, they would read. We would have a student up there reading the rights and what are my rights as a person, and what are my responsibilities as a person. So this
and the news channels came several times to record,
Oh, that's wonderful.
With us, and interviewed the kids, and they all said it's about being kind and this and that. Oh, I love it. I love the song.
I love when my principal comes in and tells us to stand up and sing the song.
Okay.
So how did it expand from?
Well, we wound up. Of course, with us, because the vision itself is so big. It's much more than
all of
bringing a song to a school and creating a program for the school. It's about accelerating positive change in cities and communities all over the world. So we have it's always been developing, and fine-tuning and testing and coming up with little products and kits and posters and T-shirts and on and on.
I see your Think Positive poster up there. No, Helene, now you're blocking.
I put you on my T-shirt.
Look at that. Okay.
Well, here's the poster.
I see the poster, and I have that poster in my meditation room. Look at that. I love that poster. And there's something very magical about it.
It is.
Something very magical. This poster, I had somebody from the Florida Institute of Arts, Fort Lauderdale Art Institute.
Yeah.
That became my artist for coming up with all these different slogans.
Nice.
She came up with this Think Positive slogan. This picture in 1981. That's the first time I printed up this poster. Yeah. Never changed. It's the same color. It's the same everything.
Absolutely fabulous.
And now it's how many years later? Since 2080, was it 45 years later? You could go back into somebody's house who bought a poster back then, and it will still be on the wall.
They don't take it down.
They don't take it
down.
Why
would you? Why would you?
It's right.
It's like having your best friend.
You know what? It goes beyond words, and I think that's what a good piece of art does. Because I sit there. I typically when the room is not full of the stuff I have to move out, because right now I'm in process, right? But that's typically where I do yoga. I sit there and I look at that, and it almost begins to speak to me, because it really does say that when that is what you embody, that it spreads out.
Yes.
Okay, get that testimonial.
Okay, get a testimonial from me anytime, honey. But no, it's true. It's true. And what's so interesting to me is that I got hooked on happiness when I studied with Dr. Martin Seligman, as you know, which was around the birth of positive psychology. But you even predated that. And what's happening now is the science is coming around and saying the importance of being positive, the chemical change in the body that happens when we're positive. And I read something new every day, and at this point, I go, oh, I knew that. But it's like amazing that without any of the scientific knowledge that I have, that you were able to just do it totally on instinct, totally knowing that being positive. I mean, you healed yourself. I mean, that's where we started this conversation. Who gets healed in such a short period of time unless they're flooding their body with the right kind of chemicals, the positive chemicals?
And
Right.
how do you have those positive chemicals is very simply with a higher frequency, with your
Yes.
vibration high. And that's what really heals yourself.
Yes.
And people don't even think about that.
If you, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I think we're coming into the time where people are starting to do that. And, we always heard the word vibes, but we didn't really ever until the technology, the sophisticated technology that they developed out at HeartMath in California, could show us what the electromagnetic field around the body actually looks like.
Well, the electromagnetic field around the planet right now is such
Now,
that
yes,
we've gone
that's true.
from a third dimension to a fourth dimension, and
To a
now
fifth
working on the fifth
Fifth
dimension.
dimension. Right,
And
right.
all the people that are still in the third dimension are trying to catch up right now. So they're thinking, I don't know what's
What
good
can
for
I
me, but I
do?
gotta find it somewhere, you know.
Yeah, what can I
And
do?
and they
I,
have to
I,
find
I
it.
almost think it's the opposite way, is that all of the people that are in the third dimension are trying to get the rest of us back down there.
Well, that's very funny.
But you know, the problem with that is that they can't, because
No,
once
no.
you reach a certain vibratory level,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
you are
You're
attracting
there.
other people on that level.
That's right.
You're
That's
not
right.
going in that direction. As a matter of fact, the people that we are not looking to attract, but we are
We
really
attract.
attracting, have attracted over the years, are people who are already on the path.
Absolutely. So am I. Yeah.
Because it's easier, it's easier to say, okay, here you are, let's help you get to the next
Yes.
level.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then when you have all of these people at the next level, and they all come together and they all bring together the wisdom and their resources and their talents and all of this, then you got something really amazing, because they're all going to come together and figure out, like, and the
Attract.
systems, create the systems and all of the things that people need right now to convert to a positive mindset, 100% positive mindset.
And I have seen your work. I have sat with the books. I know you're creating apps and things like that now, but I have seen your work. I have never seen a more complete. I mean, it's complete. It's complete. You can walk into an organization, you can walk into a school system, you can walk into a community, and you have everything they need in order to start this moving.
Yes, we do.
Now, I understand that you are trying, you're not only trying, you're attracting people from Hollywood, you're attracting people for funding, you're attracting people from the movie business. So what is it that what do you need for this to just go poof?
Well, I believe we are getting
I
everything,
think we're there.
everything we need.
Oh,
right
you're there. Okay.
Well, no, we're there.
We're there.
You know, if she says anything about money, I would say it's here. It's not around the corner. It's here. You know. And we were talking about earlier about being bold, making bold moves. And
It's the time to make bold moves.
right now we are moving along like we have all the funding in the world. We
I
started
think that's
with that. We have a
amazing.
team of 10 people working on our app.
From
We have
lots of different
and
countries.
now we're working on the finance part of it, bringing in. So the point is, all the people that you want to bring in, that you want
Uh-huh.
to attach to this movement, are people that are experts
Right, right.
in all the different areas. You go to a project like this that is so big, needs to have all the experts working together. And if everybody believes and everybody shares the vision, because it really is this is everybody's vision. Why is it everybody's vision? Because it's not about politics. It's not about religion. And you start talking anything like that, this is about having a positive mindset. This is about thinking good thoughts, feeling good, having great relationships, having prosperity. Anywhere you go, you're bringing love and kindness wherever you go, whether it's on the street or into a health food store or at a meeting, or you just meet people. And it's automatic, like I said in the title of the book when we first wrote the book, that way back when, it's the answer, it's automatic. And why? Because it really is automatic. If you do certain things, you want to say something? if you do certain things,
Must be fun working in a duo.
you know
It
what?
is
I wanna
fun.
tell you,
I have to tell you that the social anthropologist in me has got my eyes on you, and the two of you doing this thing. I think it's hysterical. And again, I do so much
Social
from home.
anthropologist and me
Yeah,
appreciate.
I'm telling you, it's
social
just.
anthropologist and her is trying to understand it for like 23 years. But
Well,
anyway,
you're just a lot of fun. I got to tell you, a lot of fun to interview because I'm not missing a trick here. And stop moving that camera. I'm like watching you, and it's funny because I do know you personally.
Right.
The deeper that we go, the more I begin to feel we're sitting in the living room together having a conversation,
Right.
which is really what we're doing, I guess.
That is what we're doing.
The virtual living room.
Yes.
so the bottom line here, and this is the essence of our work,
Okay.
is that this, and I really want to get this point in, because this is really the most important thing for people to understand. I hit it by mistake, so that's why and that is that if you think about it, you have your higher self, right? And then of course you have your ego self.
Mhm.
And they're really kind of like at odds with each other. You know, if you really have it together internally, really love yourself and know yourself and care about yourself and everything, or just, you know, wanting to be the best version of yourself that you could possibly be.
Mhm.
That is really the key. Loving yourself is really the key, because we all have our higher selves, which is our connection to spirit. So the more time that we spend, more moments that we spend throughout the day where our mental and our physical are in harmony,
Mm-hmm.
then that's when the spirituality, that's when the higher self can take over, can actually take over your moves. Like you're automatically, like you go somewhere, you're automatically kind, you're automatically caring, compassion.
And the thing that I think is important to realize is that you will be led to where you have to go. That is an open door that you walk through, you know, and or you're going to an event like I sometimes tell him that we have to go to this event, and he says, "Oh, no, I don't think."
Well, because there's always so much work to do. So I'm not, okay, let's go, I'm not looking for things to go, places to go.
But we go.
But I give in, and as it turns out, it's always somebody that we meet. It's always
that
like,
was important to
because
me.
everything is being divinely
Guided.
Not only guided, but divinely planned.
Yeah.
Spirit is like
Yeah.
if you have a project that you're working on, all you have to do is think about why you're doing it and what do you want to do. Because who's going to be involved, and how it's going to be done, when it's going to happen, where it's going to happen. You don't have to know that.
You don't have to.
The universe, source, spirit, whatever word you want to use, is always based on the level of the frequency that you're on and other people are on and all that. Always creating you're supposed to be at this event. I know we know you don't want to go, but Helene's going to help you to get there. that kind of thing. So if you have that getting back to what I was saying, if you have that balance, that harmony, as many moments throughout the day as possible, eventually every moment, if you can, you're functioning from your higher self.
Yeah.
It's all about, and then you're coming from totally, you're knowing that you're on the right path, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, socially, environmentally, all the different pieces of your constituting your life.
I'm listening to you, and I'm also listening to the voice in my head, which
Don't
never
listen to that one too much.
Yeah, I'm hearing you, and there's a part of me that's saying that requires trust. a lot of trust.
Yes, that was the next
Oh.
thing I was going to say, but it's
Yes.
all, well,
Well, that's what it does.
When you
decide.
are vibrating on that level, when you are coming from your higher self as much of the day, as much of the moments, many moments as possible, you automatically go on that whole trust thing. You know that spirit always has your back, always. And if you think about all the times in your life where you had
Doubts.
problems, doubts, frustrations, all this other kind of stuff, and worries about money and all these kinds of things. Think about all the time and energy went into worrying about it, or
Well, that's true.
not feeling good about it, really feeling.
You even got sick when we were in town. What was that about?
And what is our friend Manu Mariel, who's a very, very dear friend? She says it's either yummy or it's yucky. And the moments when you worry about things,
they're yucky.
Or when you are not feeling good, or you're depressed, or you're down, or this and that, all of those moments can be converted into positive moments of love, kindness, compassion, prosperity, productivity, all these kinds of things. And when I say productivity, I mean productivity towards your visions and your dreams.
Right.
Because it's easy for everybody to, maybe not easy, it's probably harder for everybody to have productivity when they have to get up and they have to, get dressed and go to work, and just that kind of thing all the time.
Sounds like one of our songs.
But it's not, it is, but it's not something that is easy. You have to spend, I believe that you have to spend, whether it's a big vision like we're working on or anything like that, or it's any kind of thing that anybody can do in their life that's important to them, you have to work on it every single day.
Yes.
And when I say every single day, it could be 5 minutes. Do some research on something. Do some, write a poem, write a story, or move your project forward in a way that will take things to the next level even over a period of time. Because if you don't work on it, it's just gonna be very hard to keep getting back to it. You have to continually feed it. It's like it's food for your vision. And I think it was Les Brown that said, and this resonated with me because we have so many projects, right? And we started so many. And this book that we just completed now, we've been working on the last chapter for 11 years. That's how long.
I can relate. I can completely relate.
So I think it was Les.
And the last chapter is fabulous.
And I think it was Les Brown that said, what you don't want to be, if you don't want to be lying there on your deathbed, all around your bed, there's the book that you never finished going. Why don't you finish me? Why don't you finish me? And, tears are coming down. And then you go over here and you said, the programs, you had such success in the program, our program in the schools, and you never went on to do more schools, and all of these things like all around your bed, saying you never got the songs out, or you never did this, or you never did that. I don't want to be in that position.
Right.
We started things, and by golly,
we're finishing them.
We're going to be finishing every one of them.
Yeah.
And what's really interesting is the way that we've created this whole movement. It is going to bring in billions of dollars into this movement. Billions will come in that will cover all the projects, entertainment projects and music and all the different pieces that are involved in this thing. We'll all be getting, you will have plenty of money to do it, and a lot more projects from other people like yourself who that we're going to work with.
I know you have some connections in Hollywood, and you have some connections in New York City, which is very cool because connections in New York City are always important.
Yeah.
So I know that you're developing apps. What are your next several steps moving forward?
That's a good question.
So one of the things that we're working on right now is this app. Got like 10 people from around the world working on the site. And there are two really important pieces of this app that they're working. One is a major component of what we're doing for all around the world is what's called it's an empowerment toolkit.
Oh.
It has all of the components of everything we've worked on, the hundreds of tools and strategies and music of our songs. Right now we have about 30 songs. Right now, and I don't mean 30 songs. I mean songs like I'm a Person, songs that have will have the results or have had results, but will have results on every age level, everything.
Wow.
They're just so powerful. So we have music, we have daily, weekly, monthly connectivity for content, for people, with affirmations and mindfulness and all these other kinds of things that
they can do
that are integral to people becoming, having a positive mindset. So that is one thing, and that's going to be the empowerment toolkit will be in every language. Because
oh my gosh,
yes, because it's our goal. We want to reach 10% of the population around the world. We want 1 billion people to become ambassadors for positive change. And
it's doable. It's actually doable. There are a lot of people out there. Yeah, it's doable because of the technology. Yeah.
And it wasn't doable 25 years ago.
No.
So that's what I'm saying. Like when the vision first came about, yoga wasn't even popular. There were things that computers weren't even around yet, just starting to come in, but it really didn't start happening till the mid 90s, the late 90s, the early 2000s, even computers. So look at where it's gone from 1977 to now with technology since I started working on this vision. So this is why it's continually blowing us away. When you see right now with AI, and some people like AI, some people hate AI.
They're afraid of it.
We love it. Why do we love it? Because we're using it for good purposes.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
So, and it's like going, oh, I need a press release. Oh, thank you. May I please have a press release? Of course. Here's your press release. Is there anything else you want to add? This is like craziness. So now while we are putting our teams together, and we expect that we're going to have like hundreds or thousands of people.
I'll be there.
You are there.
You are there.
That are actually working with us.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because one of the other pieces, one of the other main pieces is this thing called the positive link.
The positive what?
The positive link.
Oh, the positive link. Yes.
I've seen this in one of our couple of our presentations that we've shown you in the past.
Yeah, I have.
The positive link links anything and everything that's positive. So in the area, it's like positivity in sports, positivity in healthcare, positivity in education, positivity in
whatever, everything.
It includes everything.
In hospitals.
It's going to be, and so the guys that are working on our app right now, they're only working on phase 1. Phase 2 is going to be like another LinkedIn, like that. It's that the scope of this is
so
just
big.
Yes. So it's going to have motivational. It's going to have all these different categories where we'll have the best of the best. When somebody comes to the positive link, they're going to have everything and anything having to do with having a positive mindset at their fingertips.
Right.
Well, I'm just thinking about a presentation that I give when I talk about negative emotions and their impact on the body, and talk about positive emotions and their impact on the body. And one of the things, besides the stuff we already know, we're also learning that having a positive emotion, no matter what you do, is going to make you better. So if you put yourself in a positive state before you cook a meal, the meal's going to be better. If you put yourself in a positive state before you play a concerto, the concerto is going to be better. It doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter if it's a sport or a hobby or a relationship with your loved ones. If you put yourself in a positive mood first.
Yes.
Right.
Everything
So,
else goes smoother.
so along those lines, the key to putting yourself in that positive mood is
Uh-huh.
to recognize when you're going off center.
Oh, true.
This is
Yes.
what our 30
That's
day
what our
our
30
30
day.
day think positive challenge is about, and it's about everything that we're talking about here. Because as I mentioned, if you could be 100% of the time and have your higher self operating your whole being and handling everything wherever you go, it's the higher self. Yeah, that's the key to the whole thing. It's like if you are not feeling, if you're like moving along with your day and then your boss says something to you, or you get a phone call that your cousin died,
Right.
anything that could turn your day around, okay?
Yeah.
If you recognize that you're
Okay.
moving from your center, emotions kicking in, like you're short on patience with people, you're,
Mhm.
you're complaining a lot, all these kinds of things. If you recognize that, and not only recognize it, but do something in that
Right.
moment to shift it, to bring yourself back to your center so that your whole day, you're not going to be depressed the whole day. You're going to be going back to your center. You're not going to be angry the whole day. You're going to keep coming back whenever you feel like you're going off center. You're going to keep coming back and shifting that. How do you shift it? You could play a positive song that lifts your spirits.
You could take a walk in the park.
You could take a walk in the park. You go into nature. You could go to the beach. You could call somebody you love that brings out the best in you. You can,
Mm.
so many things that you could do in each moment.
But what you want to make certain is that you're not surrounded by negative people.
Oh, definitely.
Or people that bring you down.
Definitely.
Because
not.
that is something that helps keep you stuck in wherever that
Absolutely.
is.
I feel so sorry for people stuck in the kind of jobs where they're surrounded by people that are negative or they have a negative boss.
Yes.
And it's so important to have that skill of noticing. My phraseology is going down the rabbit hole because that's what I will hear myself say because I'm actually very good at going down the rabbit hole. I was trained by the best and grew up that way. And so I can take a negative thought and I can spiral it down until you're now down in the end of the hole. So I have to, but so quickly now, my training has taught me to go, are you going down the rabbit hole? I actually hear myself saying that.
Oh, good.
Well,
that's great.
That's
So
perfect.
then I can say, okay, what do we need to do to flip
How we
this?
shift this?
How
How
we
can we
shift
shift
that.
this?
You know,
That's,
So
that's the key thing. You know what? The human brain has a negativity bias. So we are always going to, at some point, go negative because that's the bias of the brain.
well, everything around it, and turn on the radio or turn on the
There's
TV.
so much to do now. You can have it on, you can have your favorite songs on your phone. You can have your, I don't watch cat videos, but I hear they're very amusing.
Technology has made it possible
shifted.
now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
One of
So,
our friends who has passed on, Wayne Dyer,
Wayne
had
Dyer.
he had a great thing. Uh, he said he doesn't have anybody who's negative
He said he's decided. He
around
made a
him.
decision that he doesn't
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
anybody
Yeah.
negative. So
And you could tell the
so
story.
he put on his answering machine. Hi, this is Wayne, and thank you for calling. And I just want everybody to know that I've decided that I only want to be around people who are like really positive and bring out the best in me. So kindly leave your message, and if I don't get back to you, you'll know why.
I love it. I love it. That's good. That's good.
But
Yes,
anyway,
he was quite a force. That
Yes.
is for sure. I actually, again, because I'm sorting through things, I picked up a copy of his Wishes Fulfilled the other night
oh,
and crawled into bed with it because it was like, I'm not going to read the whole book, but I'm going to go through and see where I have my yellow marks. I'm just going to get re-inspired. I Everybody that I talk to, literally everybody, says to me, "Get rid of your books. Everything's online now. Everything's online now." But having it online is not, to me, is not the same thing to having it in your hands and being able to open it up to the thing that struck you as so important years before, that you put the yellow highlighter or you took the pencil and wrote in the margin. So
Or
it's,
sometimes you just open up a book and it goes to the page that
oh,
you
that
look at.
happens to me a lot.
Yeah.
That happens to
Or
me a
it
lot.
falls off of your
Well, the book, you don't even have the book yet. It falls off the shelf for some
off the
reason
shelf.
into your hands.
I've had that happen a few times. I'm like, people laugh at me.
Yeah.
When I first started reading
Course in Miracles.
Michael Singer's book, The Untethered Soul, or something, one of Singer's books, I was in Seattle. I was at a store. I was in a bookstore, and literally the damn thing fell off the top shelf. And I'm like, well, I guess this is the book I'm supposed to be taking home.
See,
It's
that's what we were
amazing.
saying before about the universe.
Yeah.
And
Supports you.
how it handles, everything.
Yes.
Take that book home.
Right.
I think we have to be open to it. And I think that's the biggest problem these days, is that we are so distracted. I don't hear the universe when I'm on my iPhone, or when I don't hear it unless, and that's me, unless I'm in it, taking a walk
Got to get out of your
or
head.
taking a shower, or
Right.
you got to get out of your head.
Got to get out of your head.
You got to get out of your head.
The key to the whole thing is that, so I've gotten to the point, and Helene, we're just download every day
Nice.
stuff pertaining to the movement, everything positive, and having Zoom calls now with people that are coming into the movement. And I've gotten to the point where I don't like to think. When I say I don't like to think,
I know what you're talking about.
I don't like to think, like, oh, what was the name of that? If you can't remember the name of that, fine, keep going. And it comes to you like a little while later. So
Yeah.
to say, oh, what was the name? Who wants that's work? So, and I don't like to, when I sit there, if you're positive all day long, as much as possible, you never get writer's block. You never sit down in front of the thing where you.
Interesting. That's so interesting.
It's already, you're walking around, and you can create anytime. So, and that's what Helene and I have, such a great combination, couple together, is because she is one of the most creative people that I've ever met. She's an unbelievable artist and phenomenal actress and filmmaker. And all of these things that she brought to the table with her, and that she's been so wrapped up in this thing with me, that she's like kind of left the entertainment stuff behind her, and I really truly never hear the end of it. But she is so creative, and I'm gotten more and more. The more downloading I do, the more in touch with my higher self is running the show, that kind of thing. The more creative I am on levels that I can't even.
Fabulous.
I believe it now, of course, but it's hard to, say, wow, did we come up with this? Did we come? And we really didn't, because we're really being used. We're being used as.
Well, it sounds like it's coming through you, and I think that has been what I find interesting. It's been so consistently coming through you that you have created a body of work. So before we wrap up, which we need to do shortly, do you have 5 things you want everybody to know? Five things that people could do. I don't know why I'm doing number 5, but it's what's coming to me. 5 things. Well, 5 things that people can do in this world, which is very rocky. I mean, please, you pick up that phone, you find out somebody just dropped a bomb somewhere. It's real hard to go, I'm going to be positive about this. So I think given the fact that we are more stressed than we ever were before, because we're more aware of the tragedies happening all over the globe, what are things people can do? 5 things they can do to stabilize themselves in the space of positivity.
You want to do the first one?
De-stress their life.
Yes, I'm glad that's what you said, because the biggest killer out there is stress, and not only the stress, but not knowing how to handle the stress. So
Okay.
if you could go throughout your day, each day, practicing what we call the 10 daily fundamentals. And I like to say,
All right, do we have time for you to tell us all 10?
Yes.
yes. So
Are they quick?
nutrition,
Are
nutrition, eating habits, posture. They're also on our website, thinkpositiveworld.com.
Okay.
Posture, breathing throughout the day, deep breathing throughout the day, pacing ourselves throughout the day. Instead of going from one thing to the next, make sure you pace yourself and you're tuned into the airflow and stuff like that. And exercise, a lot of stretching. Stretching is like the key. I'm not going to go into detail. But anyway, stretching is very, very important. Then
yeah, I got to get back to, I really have I've gotten too chair bound myself.
So if you could increase your awareness, increase your energy,
breathing,
increase your
practices.
Research around all these 10 fundamentals. The next thing is personal care. Really important because sometimes people let themselves go on so many levels, Then it's maximum comfort. And we say, what is maximum comfort? That's, to be comfortable. When you're comfortable, you have your best thoughts.
Yes.
So you want what you're sitting on, the clothes, the fabric of the clothes you wear, all this. That's why I'm always sitting on pillows. I love pillows. It brings out, when I'm comfortable, I don't, sit here fidgety. Even when I go to a restaurant, I take pillows with me.
Do you?
Sometimes they have just.
That's one thing I haven't heard in all the, managing stress kind of conversations. That's really lovely, that maximum degree of comfort, the temperature of the air, I like it. I had a friend come over the other day. She likes it like 5 degrees cooler than I do. And I was very comfortable. And I knew that it would take her about 6 minutes before she started schwitzing. She was, oh, it's really hot in here. Which is lovely. And I know she's going to do it. So I actually, this time, instead of turning it down and making myself uncomfortable for the half hour before she was here, I left it at my temp, knowing that within 10 minutes of her walking in the house, I would be bringing it to the temperature.
We can have entire podcasts, for an hour on each of the fundamentals.
On comfort.
Okay. To round out the rest of them. Okay. Very, very important for keeping stress at a daily minimum, at a minimum daily stress, and that is time management, organization, and time management. Because if you have to look for things, what's more stressful than when you're walking out the door, you're late for an appointment, can't find your keys.
Come clean my office.
You gotta have all your systems in place.
Yeah.
So that you don't have to think, where is this, where is that? You know that you could be in a hurry walking out, or not even in a hurry. You're never in a hurry. I never want to be in a hurry. So, whenever you can help it, because you have to create it that way. You can never be in a hurry, because that's when accidents happen. That's when you spill something.
And you're so right about that. I don't even think about it, but you're right. Don't cut yourself short on your timing. Right.
And then time management. How important is for you to show up on time?
Right.
People don't even know that.
And then, you the way life works is that, you're always showing up on time. But if somebody that you're meeting with on occasion or have met with, they're showing up every time. They're showing up late, So then you start thinking, wow, they're always showing up late. This time I'm really running a little late. I think I'm going to show up.
Yeah.
Then it's a little, game back and forth, and it keeps people away from accountability and authenticity.
Okay.
So, and then the final couple of 10 daily fundamentals is positive environment, positive attitude. And of course, attitude goes along with gratitude. So surrounding yourself with positivity. And then the last one, which is really the first one, is love, kindness, and empathy for others. And those
love, kindness, and empathy for others.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Those are the 10 daily fundamentals that I had way back when, before I had the vision, that I took. I made the whole vision based on that. And now, and then, other things, if they go to our website, they'll also see thinkpositiveworld.com. They'll also, which is, the whole thing is being revised now. But on there right now, it says strategies. Scroll down and it says strategies for change. So it's a whole bunch of strategies there of things that you could do to feel better throughout each day and have a positive mindset.
Right.
So if you say you want to be more positive in life, there's no excuse to not be if they go on thinkpositiveworld.com.
Yes.
Right. And the way we're creating this whole app, they will know why it's so important. Like, for example, on our poster, we're going to have a QR code. So not only are we going to have millions of these around the country, but each poster is going to have a QR code that's going to take them to a site that's going to tell them why they should think positive.
I love it. I just love it.
So it's
we're doing everything
I'm
we
telling
can
you,
think of
it's so
to make
I
you
am
feel good.
I am so excited. I can cry. That's how excited I am. It's just
I know you're excited. That's why I invited you to come, because the last time we had a phone call, the excitement was actually jumping out of the phone. It's like, my God, they're still at it. They're still doing it. They're better than ever. I mean, it's just been a remarkable relationship watching you two, because very few people have the kind of passion you have to do what you've been doing for such a long time and still be more passionate about it every day. So you're on a beautiful mission. You are beautiful.
The yin and the yang is so important.
I know. I think I'm missing half of that, but that would be another conversation, please. But I think that is so important.
Yeah.
I think the partnership is extremely important, because together you have balance.
Yes. And the important thing that you can remember, which will be helpful, is that you don't go looking for love. Love is where you come from.
Yeah. And on that note, I'm going to go come from but that is so true. That is so true. I have a girlfriend who had no interest at all in getting into a relationship in her life. And she lives in North Carolina. And she was at a local restaurant bar one night, and she was sitting at the end of the bar, and a man approached her. And she wasn't particularly interested. But he was very kind. Actually, he came from Florida. He was very, very kind. And they ended up in a relationship and getting married. And when I met him, I said, if you must be doing something special, because that woman had said she'd never want to get married. I said, what is it that attracted you to her? He said, I watched her. And I watched, I'm going to tear up. I watched how many people came over to kiss her. I watched her interact with all these people, and I just knew I had to be with her.
Oh, wow.
They weren't introduced. They didn't know the same people, but he went right up to her and said, I really need to know you.
And the other thing about that is consistency. If you look, is somebody always nice, or do they have their edges, or they in a bad mood a lot, or is somebody like always nice? Every time you call, you're going to get somebody on the other end of that line that is sweet and kind and loving, and that is consistency. That person is really truly inside and out a really great person. Just want to
thank you for all the advice on positivity. Thank you for the love advice, which I always appreciate. One of these days,
I just want to say one other thing about if anybody wants to watch any of our videos, because we've been on Manhattan Cable for like 9 years, our 10th year now, and we have these TV shows, half-hour TV shows.
Where do you find them?
If you go to YouTube, put in Think Positive World. That's going to go to our channel, and just subscribe to our channel, and then you can watch all these videos. We have a whole different playlist.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, and that's where this video will be on JoAnnaBrandi.tv, which I always recommend to people. They like and subscribe, and I'll recommend they do the same to yours, like and subscribe your YouTube channel. And actually, I haven't seen one of your videos in a long time, so maybe I will go there and take a look at it too. There you go. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking the time today. If there's anything I can do to help spread the word, you'll let me know. I hope someday, we talked years ago about getting on a bus and going around the country. So I hope
Yes.
someday to find myself on a bus with you two going around the country spreading positivity.
I think that's going to happen
next
this
year,
coming
as
year.
early as next
And
year.
then next year, okay, well, maybe we need some sponsors. Come on, let's get it moving.
Absolutely.
And we will, the right sponsors will come in.
I know.
We will attract
Because
it to
there's so
us.
many eyeballs that they're going to have billions of eyeballs.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Figured it
Well,
out.
thank you. Thank you for helping us to create more positivity and love in the
Thanks for
world.
the
I
opportunity.
really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on today.
Thanks so much. Bye.
Love you.
Bye now.
Bye.